Sure, let's start with Colorado, the Senate primary there, and the Democrats in particular.
This is a rare case where former President Bill Clinton is on a different side than the White House and National Democrats. Senator Michael Bennet was appointed to the seat. President Obama even did a call for Bennet just last week. Now, on the other side of this race, we have Andrew Romanoff, who's a former House Speaker in Colorado and very popular with the party's progressive base. And he snagged an endorsement from Bill Clinton for the simple reason that the two have a long history together. He's known him since something like the early 90s when one of them was at Harvard. It's just a long history of the two. But Bill Clinton hasn't quite been as active, probably because he doesn't want to cause any conflict with the White House. In any case, polls show that this is coming down to the wire. It's a really exciting race. We don't know who's going to win.
So down to the wire on the Democratic side, let's look at the Republicans. We have the former Lieutenant Governor Jane Norton up against DA Ken Buck. This is also a very close race, and what I love about this is this sort of anti-establishment campaign that Buck is waging, even though he's got a lot of connections to Washington too.
That's the theme of this year. It's try and be as anti-establishment as you can, whether or not you're even an elected incumbent from Washington. In this case, Ken Buck is kind of an insurgent candidate. He's backed by Senator Jim DeMint, who's become sort of a conservative kingmaker this year with Senate candidates. And right now, polls show him with a slight edge, although Jane Norton, she's a former lieutenant governor and has backing of a lot of groups in Washington, D.C. Her internal polls apparently say that she's within striking range or even ahead of Ken Buck. So it's another tight race. We don't know who's going to win.
So let's turn to Connecticut now, the Senate primary. Richard Blumenthal, who ran into some controversy within the last year, obviously, about statements he made about serving. He's being challenged, but he's well in the lead in that race, is he not?
The most recent poll that came out about a week ago showed him with a 10-point lead over Linda McMahon, but that's, he's doing well over her, basically.
He's doing well. And you bring up Linda. She's on the Republican side, and of course she has spent a lot of her own money, made huge headlines because of her history. Tell us about it.
Well, Linda McMahon is the former top executive of the World Wrestling Entertainment Corporation, and has probably given us one of the most entertaining and colorful candidacies of the cycle because of this.
I wanted to, before we let you go, talk about Georgia too, the governor's race there. You've got on the Republican side quite the battle going on. You've got a Mama Grizzly up against someone who's been endorsed by Newt Gingrich. So you've got Sarah Palin endorsing one candidate, Newt Gingrich endorsing another, and who are these folks?
Well, the woman who's been endorsed by Sarah Palin is a former Secretary of State, Karen Handel, and the man to which you're referring has been endorsed by Newt Gingrich is former Representative Nathan Deal, who was in Congress until earlier this year, but then stepped aside to run for governor. And let's not forget that Nathan Deal has also been endorsed by Mike Huckabee. So not only does this race pit Sarah Palin against Newt Gingrich, it also pits her against Mike Huckabee.
So one Fox News personality against the other.
Yep, that's it.
In their endorsements. And where did the poll numbers stand on that race?
Polls showed to be competitive, but Karen Handel definitely has the upper hand going into tonight.
All right, Shira, thanks so much. We'll be checking out Politico tonight for the results.
Thank you.